Hello Facebook family, I'm back again. This is Straight Twisted, where we just come straight at you with what I'm talking about and what I'm feeling. You know, I don't have a PhD or anything. I'm just one woman with opinions and thoughts, and I just want to share those thoughts with you. And first off, I want to say today, happy special happy birthday to my friend Karina. Happy birthday, Karina. Hope you're feeling better. Karina's in the hospital right now, but we're praying for her recovery, and we know that she's going to do well. So hopefully they give you some cake today. So today I want to talk about something that I think is really important for us as people, but especially for us as women. And I believe that that is friendship. I think when you have a best friend, I just think it is the most specialist gift that you can have. You know, and I've talked to women who say, well, you know, I'm kind of a loner and I really don't have friends, and I just think it's sad. It's sad because I remember what it was like for me growing up not having that, you know what I mean? And then when I finally did meet someone who I connected with on a level like I never connected with anybody else, it was the most amazing thing. It just changed the way I saw the world. It changed the way I saw myself. And my very first best friend was Sylvia. And she's actually on my Facebook. She's one of my friends. And she's actually godmother to my son, my middle son, Jamal. And then years and years later, me and Sylvia lost track of each other, and we really didn't connect. You know, we lost track of each other, just how life does. You know, sometimes that happens. I met another woman, and it was just really interesting. She changed my life. She changed my life. And she didn't change my life because she came into it trying to dictate to me. You know, I was not perfect. I was young. You know, I've been out on my own since I was 14 years old. And just lost in the world. Just lost without really any family and any real friend. You know, I just came up in that, you know, I just believed that everybody was who they said they were, and you could trust people, and you know, I always did what I could do for people, but I never really received that back. But it was just amazing. I mean, the story is just so deep. It's just so hard to go into that in a short amount of time in this video, but I want to show you a picture of used to be my best friend Felicia. She passed away in 2007. She passed away December 7th at the age of 46. She had just had a birthday. She's my daughter's godmother. Her name was Felicia Tega, and she was the best thing that ever happened to me. She was my mother. She was my sister. She was my best friend. She was my confidant. And she was a lot older than me. I think she was at least 12 years older than me. And, you know, in a time when everybody was judging me, people were turning their backs on me, people really didn't want to get to know me, you know, one day I, doing foolish things that we do, and she asked me if I wanted to ride along with her to go to this place where we could go get, free stuff and whatever. And, she just couldn't figure me out, and she was just like, one day, she was like, why do you do the things that you do? Like, she was completely perplexed. And when I sat down, because she was really the first person in my life to ask me what was my story, what was my story, where did I come from, and just why I do the things that I do or did. And when I told her, she cried for me, and I just cannot even express to you what that did for me. I mean, for someone else to feel so deeply and compassionate about some of the things that I had went through in my life, it healed me. And that friendship, she never judged me. She never made me feel bad about myself. I never had to say to her, well, you know what, girl, don't be repeating this. Don't tell other people. I never had to say that to her. And I'm telling you, there were qualities in her, there were characteristics in her that made me want to be a better person. I became a better mother because I watched her, and the way that she raised her children was so different. The way my mother raised me with an iron fist, and she was very, strict and very cut and dry. Boys could do whatever they want. Girls couldn't do nothing. We didn't talk about birth control because you just ain't doing it. So there's nothing to talk about. so, and it was funny because I was out my mom's house before I was ever really allowed to ever even have boyfriends or anything. You couldn't do any of that stuff. So it was just amazing. And she made me want to be better. And I can really say that I can't give my mother the credit too much for me being who I am, because the truth is I was only with my mother up until I was 14. But me and my best friend Felicia, up until she passed away, 16 years of my life she was in my life. Everything that was momentous. When I learned how to drive a car, I learned how to drive a car on her car. When my first job, she opened the door and gave me my first job. She threw me my first birthday party. She was the godmother to my daughter. Anything. First jobs I got, relationships, I would always call her. And I would talk to her, and even though she was straight and I was twisted, where you see where straight twisted comes from, even though she was straight and I was twisted, she never acted like she was better than me. She never put me down. She never tried to quote the Bible and tell me what I shouldn't be doing. She was my friend. And if I came in and I had something to talk to her about, she was there. She listened to me, and she never judged me. And I valued her word. I valued what she told me, and I valued her advice, because I wasn't one of those that just want to, I just got to find out for myself. No, if you can save me some heartache, some pain, some trouble with some knowledge and wisdom and understanding, I'm all for it, So I just really wanted to make this blog because I think it's important. It's important. When you see those shows like Living Single, where there was those group of girls, and when you see Sex in the City, it is so important to have friends, true friends, ones you don't have to worry about what you say, ones you don't have to worry about judging you, but they're going to keep it real with you. When you freaking up, you freaking up. You know what I mean? And when you're doing good, it's like you feel like you can walk on clouds. My best friend, which I have a couple of them, and once again I want to shout out all my best friends right now. I want to shout out Sylvia. I want to shout out Karen, who is my best friend that I met when I moved here to Georgia. I want to shout out besides Sylvia being my longest lasting best friend, I want to shout out to Tracy. Trey, I love you. You're my sister. You have been there ever since Mika was like 4 months old, and the girl getting ready to be 16. I love you. Thank you for being my friend. And it's interesting because out of all the years that I've known Trey, I think we've only had like two disagreements. And it's just so rare and far between, because she gets me. And a friend is going to get you, and you want to find that. If you still have a friend but you don't really tell them, so everybody needs somebody to talk to. Everybody. I don't care if you're a loner. It doesn't matter. You need someone in your corner who's going to be there for you, and you can talk to them. So, it's not about having a whole lot of people and everybody that that you can, it's not your friend. But I want to encourage us to cultivate those relationships with our girlfriends. Cultivate those relationships, value those relationships, because I'm trying to tell you something. Relationships, they come and go. Children eventually grow up and they go on about their lives, but those friendships, that love, that unconditional acceptance that we have for one another, it never dies. It doesn't go anywhere. So if you have a friend that, y'all just kind of living your lives, you haven't talked to each other too, pick the phone up, give them a call. Let them know you miss them. Rekindle that connection with another woman like that. It is so important. And for people who don't have that, you'll find it. Ask for it. You'll find it. And it'll be such a blessing to you. I'm telling you, my best friend, oh gosh, I just couldn't even imagine. I could not imagine. None of my best friends. Couldn't imagine my life without them. So I thank you for loving me. I thank you for accepting me. I thank you for being there for me through the ups, through the downs, through my mood swings, and through my whatever. I just thank you so much, because I am who I am today because of you being who you are. So thank you. This goes out to all the best friends, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to do my I'm just saying moment. And I hear people all the time talking about, ooh, he's, talking about little kids. Ooh, he's bad. Or, ooh, she bad. Honey, there is no such thing as bad kids, just bad mamas. I'm just saying. With that being said, everybody, please be blessed. Have a good day. Pay it forward.